The town of Tinsukia in Assam, India, became the epicenter of a global movement as Pi Network hosted its landmark GCV 314159 event, bringing together pioneers, ambassadors, and crypto enthusiasts from around the world. The gathering, organized by the Pi GCV Warriors of Assam, was more than a celebration. It was a declaration of intent to advance Pi Network's vision of a decentralized digital economy. Have you been wondering what's really happening with Pi Network? Are you confused about the GCV everyone's talking about? Do you want to know if Pi Network is finally making real progress toward becoming a legitimate cryptocurrency? Well, today I'm going to answer every single question you have about Pi Network's groundbreaking GCV event that just happened in Assam, India. I'll reveal why this event is being called a game changer for the entire crypto world. I'll show you the real merchants who are actually accepting PiCoins for products and services. And I'll explain what the GCV really means and why it has millions of Pi pioneers excited about the future. But here's the most exciting part. I'll also share exclusive insights about Pi Network's upcoming Mainnet Launch and the major exchange listings that could change everything for Pi holders. Plus, I'll reveal the secret strategy behind Pi Network's community-driven approach that's making traditional crypto experts take notice. But before we dive in this news, let's greet and welcome my incredible pioneers from around the world. Whether you're watching from Nigeria, Papua New Guinea, United States, India, Philippines, Canada, Kenya, or anywhere else on this beautiful planet, I'm absolutely thrilled to share this incredible news with you today. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you're always in the loop with the latest Pi Network updates. And don't forget to drop a comment saying, Pi Network to the moon, along with your country and flag. Let's fill the comments with pioneer pride and show the world how powerful and united our global community really is. Something amazing just happened in Tinsukia, a small town in Assam, India, that has the entire Pi Network community buzzing with excitement. The Pi Network GCV 314,159 event brought together global ambassadors, local pioneers, and real merchants in what many are calling the most significant Pi Network gathering ever. But this wasn't just another crypto conference. This was a live demonstration of Pi Network's vision in action. Picture this. Real people walked into local shops, pulled out their Pi app, and bought actual products using PiCoins. No speculation, no promises, just real transactions happening right before everyone's eyes. Global ambassadors like Lumari, Doris Yin, Oliver, and Dr. Isaac Bester traveled from around the world to witness this historic moment. These aren't just random supporters, they're key figures who have been building Pi Network's ecosystem from the ground up. Now, let's talk about the number that has everyone talking, 314,159. You might recognize this as the mathematical constant pi, and that's no coincidence. The Pi Network community has established this as their global consensus value, representing one PiCoin equals 314,159 US dollars. But wait, before you get too excited, let me be crystal clear about something important. This isn't the current market price. Instead, it's what the community believes Pi Network will be worth when it reaches full adoption and utility. Think of it like this. When Bitcoin was first created, people weren't thinking about its price in terms of thousands of dollars. They were thinking about its potential to revolutionize money. That's exactly what's happening with Pi Network's GCV. The brilliant thing about this approach is that it's not based on speculation or hype. It's based on real-world utility and community consensus. The Assam event proved that people are willing to use this value for actual transactions, creating a working economy around Pi Network. Here's where things get really exciting. The Assam event showcased local merchants who have integrated Pi payments into their businesses. We're talking about tea shops, restaurants, electronic stores, and service providers who are accepting PiCoins at the GCV rate. One merchant told the gathering that accepting Pi payments has opened up new customers from the global Pi community. Another explained how Pi transactions are faster and cheaper than traditional payment methods. This merchant adoption isn't happening by accident. Pi Network has launched an ambitious campaign to onboard 1,000 merchants worldwide. The Assam event was a proof of concept that this goal isn't just possible, it's already happening. But the real magic is in what this means for Pi Network's future. Every merchant that accepts Pi creates real utility for the coin. Every transaction proves that Pi Network isn't just a mining app, it's becoming a legitimate payment system. Pi Network isn't just riding the crypto wave, they're building something completely different. While other cryptocurrencies focus on trading and speculation, Pi Network is building Web3 infrastructure that regular people can actually use. At the Assam event, developers showcased decentralized applications built on Pi Network. We're talking about marketplaces, social platforms, educational tools, and financial services that work with PiCoins. But here's the game changer, Pi App Studio. This is a no-code platform that lets anyone build applications without technical knowledge. Imagine being able to create your own Pi-powered business without knowing how to code. That's the future Pi Network is building. The network is also integrating with artificial intelligence tools, positioning itself to tap into the projected $18 trillion AI economy by 2030. This isn't just about cryptocurrency anymore. This is about building the foundation for the future digital economy. What makes Pi Network special isn't just the technology, it's the community. The Assam event brought together people from different countries, cultures, and backgrounds, all united by their belief in Pi Network's mission. The Pi GCV Warriors of Assam, who organized this event, represent exactly what makes Pi Network different. These aren't paid promoters or corporate representatives. They're regular people who believe so strongly in Pi Network that they're willing to invest their time and energy to make it succeed. During the event, cultural performances celebrated the diversity of the Pi community. People shared stories about how Pi Network has changed their lives and their outlook on the future of money. These personal connections create a foundation that goes far beyond typical cryptocurrency projects. The regional focus on Assam is strategic. India has become one of the fastest growing crypto markets in the world, and Pi Network is positioning itself to capture this growth through grassroots community building. Let's be honest about something. Pi Network has faced criticism and skepticism. People have questioned when the mainnet will launch, when major exchanges will list Pi, and whether the project will deliver on its promises. The Assam event addresses these concerns head-on. By demonstrating real transactions, real merchant adoption, and real community engagement, Pi Network is proving that progress is happening even if it's not always visible on traditional crypto metrics. The network's emphasis on security and education shows a commitment to building something sustainable rather than chasing quick profits. While other cryptocurrencies experience wild price swings and market manipulation, Pi Network is building steady, organic growth. Recent developments show that major exchanges like OKX, Bitget, MEXC, and HTX are preparing to support Pi Network's launch. This institutional recognition validates the project's legitimacy and technical foundation. The Pi Network core team has reaffirmed that the open mainnet launch is on track for the first quarter of 2025. This means that all the mining, community building, and ecosystem development happening now is preparing for a major milestone. But the Assam event reveals that Pi Network isn't waiting for the mainnet to create value. They're building real utility, real adoption, and real community engagement right now. When the mainnet launches, there will already be a thriving ecosystem ready to support it. The merchant onboarding campaign aims to reach 1,000 businesses worldwide. Imagine the network effect when Pi coins can be spent at thousands of locations across different countries and industries. The integration with AI and Web3 technologies positions Pi Network to benefit from multiple technological trends simultaneously. This isn't just a cryptocurrency play, it's a bet on the future of digital interaction. Whether you're already mining Pi or just learning about it, the Assam event represents a turning point. This is the moment when Pi Network moved from concept to reality, from promise to proof. For current Pi pioneers, this validates the time and energy you've invested in the project. The ecosystem you've helped build is starting to show real-world results. For newcomers, this demonstrates that Pi Network offers something different from other cryptocurrencies. Instead of focusing on speculation and trading, Pi Network is building practical utility and community value. The GCV provides a long-term vision that goes beyond short-term price movements. This is about building sustainable value through adoption and utility. Right now, Pi Network is trading around 44 cents, not the higher prices you might have seen in some articles. But here's what's exciting. Pi already showed us what it can do. After launching its mainnet in February 2025, the price shot up by over 1,700%, reaching almost $3. Yes, it came down after that, but this proves Pi has real potential when the right conditions align. The question is, what will trigger the next big move? What makes this price movement even more impressive is that Pi achieved this without being listed on any major exchanges. Imagine what could happen when Binance or Coinbase finally opens their doors to Pi Network. This organic growth shows that Pi has genuine demand from real users, not just speculation from traders. The daily trading volume has been consistently strong, with over $235 million recorded in recent 24-hour periods. This kind of volume shows that people are actively buying and selling Pi, creating a real market with real liquidity. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room: Binance and Coinbase listings. Here's the truth. Pi Network is not listed on these major exchanges yet, but this isn't necessarily bad news. Let me explain why. Major exchanges like Binance and Coinbase have very strict requirements. They want to see complete decentralization, full transparency, and proven technology. Right now, some analysts say Pi needs to address these concerns first. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room: Binance and Coinbase listings. Here's the truth. Pi Network is not listed on these major exchanges yet. But this isn't necessarily bad news. Let me explain why. Major exchanges like Binance and Coinbase have very strict requirements. They want to see complete decentralization, full transparency, and proven technology. Right now, some analysts say Pi needs to address these concerns first. Let me tell you what makes Pi different from other cryptocurrencies. Pi Network has something most projects dream of: a massive, engaged community. We're talking about over 35 million users worldwide. The beauty of Pi is its mobile-first approach. You don't need expensive mining equipment or technical skills. Anyone with a smartphone can participate. This democratization of cryptocurrency is revolutionary. But it's not just about the numbers. The Pi community is incredibly diverse and global. I've seen Pi miners from Nigeria using their coins to buy food, entrepreneurs in India building Pi-based businesses, and students in Brazil learning about blockchain technology through Pi Network. This global reach creates a network effect that most cryptocurrencies can only dream of. When you have millions of people around the world who understand and use your cryptocurrency, you have something truly valuable. The Mainnet launch in February was a huge milestone. Pi moved from being just an idea to a real, working blockchain. Users can now trade, build applications, and participate in a growing ecosystem. What's even more exciting is the quality of engagement. These aren't just passive holders. Pi users are actively participating in the ecosystem, building applications, creating businesses, and spreading awareness. This kind of organic growth is much more valuable than artificial hype. Here's something exciting. Pi Network has launched a no-code app studio powered by artificial intelligence. This means regular people can create applications without being programmers. Over 8,000 applications have already been built on the platform. Think about this. Marketplaces, games, financial tools, and more are being created every day. This isn't just about speculation anymore. Pi is building real utility and real value. Let me give you some examples of what's being built. There are Pi-based marketplaces where people buy and sell goods using PiCoins. There are educational platforms where students can earn Pi for learning. There are games where players can earn and spend Pi. There are even financial services being built on top of Pi network. The migration to Mainnet is ongoing, with 12 million users already moved over. Yes, it's a process, but it's happening steadily. Every migrated user makes the network stronger and more valuable. But here's what's really impressive. The quality of these applications is getting better every month. Developers are learning, improving, and creating more sophisticated tools. This organic ecosystem growth is what separates successful blockchain projects from failed ones. The Pi core team has also been working on developer tools and documentation. They're making it easier for programmers to build on Pi network, which means we can expect even more innovation in the coming months. You might wonder why Binance and Coinbase haven't listed Pi yet. The answer is actually encouraging. These exchanges are extremely careful about which projects they list. They want to protect their users and maintain their reputation. When they do list Pi network, it will be a massive vote of confidence. It will signal to the entire crypto world that Pi has met the highest standards. This kind of endorsement could trigger enormous price movements. Some analysts predict that Pi might get listed on major exchanges between 2026 and 2027. This gives the project more time to perfect its technology and address any remaining concerns. But here's an interesting perspective. Maybe this delay is actually beneficial for Pi holders. It gives more people time to mine and accumulate Pi before the major exchanges bring in institutional investors and big money. Once Binance and Coinbase list Pi, the price discovery mechanism will be completely different. Think about other successful cryptocurrency projects. Many of them took years to get listed on major exchanges. Ethereum wasn't immediately available everywhere. Even Bitcoin took time to gain widespread exchange support. The difference is that Pi is building its community and utility during this pre-major listing phase, which could make the eventual listing even more impactful. The exchanges are also watching Pi's technical development closely. They want to see consistent network performance, security improvements, and growing real-world usage before they commit to listing. One thing that amazes me about Pi network is the community dedication. Recently, over 2 million people participated in a community vote on Binance, with 86% supporting Pi network listing. This level of engagement is rare in the crypto world. The Pi community spans across every continent. From Asia to Africa, from Europe to the Americas, people are mining Pi and believing in its future. This global reach gives Pi a unique advantage. But what really impresses me is how the community supports each other. Pi miners share knowledge, help newcomers understand the technology, and work together to build the ecosystem. This isn't just about making money, it's about building something meaningful together. I've seen Pi communities organize local meetups, create educational content in dozens of languages, and even start Pi-based businesses in their local areas. This kind of grassroots adoption is incredibly powerful and sustainable. The community has also been proactive in addressing concerns and providing feedback to the core team. This two-way communication helps improve the network and builds trust between users and developers. Social media engagement around Pi network is consistently high. Pi-related hashtags trend regularly, and Pi network announcements generate massive engagement. This organic marketing power is worth millions of dollars and shows genuine community enthusiasm. Now, let's talk about price potential. While we should always be realistic, the numbers are interesting. If Pi gets listed on major exchanges, historical data shows that tokens often see significant price increases. Some conservative estimates suggest Pi could reach $3 to $5 in the short term after a major exchange listing. More optimistic predictions go much higher, but remember, these are just predictions. What's more important is the long-term utility. As more applications are built, as more people use Pi for real transactions, the demand will naturally increase. This organic growth is much more sustainable than speculation alone. Pi Network is continuously improving its technology. The team is working on smart contracts, which will unlock even more possibilities for developers and users. They're also focusing on making the network faster and more efficient. The Know Your Business process, with exchanges like OKX, Gate.io, and MEXC, shows that Pi is taking compliance seriously. This preparation will make future listings smoother and faster. What excites me most is seeing Pi being used in real-world scenarios. People are starting to accept Pi for goods and services. Developers are creating practical applications that solve real problems. This is how cryptocurrencies succeed in the long run, through actual use, not just speculation. Pi Network is building this foundation step by step. Pi Network is having a real impact, especially in developing countries where traditional banking is limited. People can participate in the digital economy through their smartphones. This financial inclusion aspect makes Pi special. So, what does all this mean for you as a Pi holder or someone interested in Pi Network? First, patience is key. Building a solid cryptocurrency project takes time, and Pi is doing it right. Second, stay engaged with the community. The strength of Pi comes from its users. Keep mining, keep building, keep supporting the ecosystem. Third, be realistic but optimistic. While we can't predict exact prices or dates, the fundamentals of Pi Network are strong and getting stronger. Looking forward, Pi Network has a clear roadmap. Complete decentralization, smart contract implementation, more exchange listings, and ecosystem expansion. Each milestone brings Pi closer to mainstream adoption. The fact that major exchanges are being cautious is actually good news. When they finally list Pi, it will be because they're confident in its future. That confidence will spread to institutional investors and the broader market. The project is also focusing on sustainability. Unlike Bitcoin mining, which uses enormous amounts of energy, Pi mining is environmentally friendly. This matters more and more as the world becomes conscious of climate change. So, there you have it, the real story behind Pi Network and its potential for exchange listings. While Binance and Coinbase haven't confirmed listings yet, the groundwork is being laid for something big. Pi Network is more than just another cryptocurrency. It's a global movement toward financial inclusion, technological innovation, and community empowerment. With 35 million users and growing, a working mainnet, and thousands of applications being built, Pi is creating real value. Remember, if you found this video helpful and you support Pi Network, write Pi Network to the moon in the comments along with your country name and flag. Let's show the world how strong and global our community is. Don't forget to hit that like button if this video gave you valuable insights about Pi Network. Your likes help me create more content like this and reach more people in our amazing Pi community. Make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss updates about Pi Network.